But that actually has a huge effect on the economy because it means that you're not able to be efficient with your time. Even when it comes to starting a business here, you can have all the knowledge in the world, all of it. But if you don't understand the culture first, you're going to struggle in that business. Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to give you a little bit of education about Ghana. Now, one of the things that causes people to come to Ghana and feel like they can't handle it is not understanding some cultural things that exist here that can make you frustrated. Now, as I sat down to think about this video, I was like, okay, how can I put this across without being offensive almost, but still speaking the truth? So if you see me kind of pause a little bit, that'll be the reason why. I'm trying to give you the real without being offensive to anyone, because obviously I'm Ghanaian as well. So, you know, whatever I say, I'm also included. So, you know, that's just how it is. So the first thing I want to talk to you about, which you've probably heard before, is GMT. And it's not Greenwich Mean Time, it is Ghana Man Time. Now, with Ghana Man Time, it can be incredibly frustrating because what it does is it actually slows down the economy, and people don't understand the real effect that it has on it. We all laugh about Ghana Man Time, you know, it's like a joke. Ghana Man Time basically is when you agree to meet someone, for example, at a particular time, say 3 o'clock. The person doesn't show up till 4:30. And when the person comes, it's like, oh, it's Ghana Man Time. Like, you almost expect that it's going to happen. So usually, to counteract it, what people do here is, if we say, okay, yeah, let's meet at 3 o'clock, really, I know that you're not going to come till 4. So I know I'm not going to turn up till 4 as well. So hopefully we'll both kind of line up and you sort of guess it. But that actually has a huge effect on the economy because it means that you're not able to be efficient with your time. You're wasting time. Appointments are delayed just because someone doesn't want to turn up on time. And it's embedded in the culture, and it's so strong, it's incredibly frustrating. So whereas, you know, you try to plan out your day and you think, okay, I'm going to do these 5 things today, you might only get 1 thing done because there is no efficiency with time. And like I said before, although people take it as a joke, and it is a running joke in Ghana, everybody kind of knows about Ghana Man Time, ha 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 ha, it does have a serious effect on businesses and everything else. It's actually not funny, but the culture of Ghana is to make things kind of into a joke, because one thing you know about Ghanaians is that we don't really get angry like that. We get angry, but it's for a moment. Even in your anger, there's still a joke inside, you know, like, so when it comes to Ghana Man Time, it's just a thing here. And I don't really like to say accept it because it's not acceptable behavior, but it is a thing that you have to deal with. And rather than fight it, you have to find a way to counteract it in another way. Because if you try to fight it, you'd be frustrated here and you're just like, this is not working for me. And that's just the truth of the matter. That's what it is. Ghana Man Time is Ghana Man Time. It exists here, it's embedded in the culture, and it's so far to dig down to try and dig it out that you can't do it. One person can't do it. It's just, you know, even if you have a business and people can turn up to work late, you know, like when it rains, for example, people don't come to work. It's just a known fact. They don't come to work, or they'll come late. Imagine having a business and your staff doesn't come to work because today it rained, and so therefore everything is delayed. Sometimes I will say it's not the workers' fault. Sometimes it's just that everything has stopped. Everything around them has stopped. No one ain't coming to drive the trotro, or the trotro man is not moving because it's raining, or like just so many things. Everything just stops when it rains. That's just what happens here. And so it delays everything. And so your worker will just turn up like 2 hours, 3 hours late. You know, like it's a thing here. I had this videographer, and he might even be watching this. You know who you are. And he would shoot videos for me. And sometimes I was like I know this guy, like I know so many times he turns up late. And so I give him I say, look, make sure you come on time, because listen, the person is come, they're waiting. Like we can't afford to wait for you to turn up. I need you here at this time. Are you sure? Yes. And then what will happen is he'll turn off his phone, so I can't call him in the middle of, you know, me waiting and being frustrated. Like, where is he? Is he even going to turn up? And he'll turn up sometimes like 2 hours late and just walk in and be like, hi. Not even an apology. Like, things like that are not acceptable, but that is considered Ghana Man Time. So why are you getting angry? You as the person who's been wronged, like, why are you getting angry? Because this is Ghana Man Time. Ghana Man time exists, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Another thing is doing things by heart. Now, I'm going to try to explain what by heart means. By heart means like there's no factual anything. It's just like it's in your heart, so you feel like it. So it's just, you just do it by heart. Like I can say something, I'm just saying it by heart. Like, you know, sometimes when I do videos, people think that I'm doing it by heart. Like you're just saying whatever. You don't have no facts. You don't know what it is. You're just saying it by heart. So like for example, say me, I don't drive, and I'm saying when you're driving, even if you want to turn this way, you say you want to turn this way because that's how you're supposed to drive. Like that's just how it works. Or you know, plantain grows in all the seasons. You people that you say that the plantain has seasons. It's not that it has seasons. You just don't know how to grow it. What I'm saying, I'm just saying it by heart. Like there's no backup evidence. There's no nothing. It's just, I'm just saying whatever comes out. So that's what we mean when we say things by heart. So a lot of the time, when someone says something to you, even if they say it with full confidence, they're just talking by heart. They actually don't know the real truth about what the thing is. They don't have no backup. They're just talking. You're just talking by heart. So that's what people say. You're just talking by heart. So if someone says that to you, it means that you're talking nonsense, basically. You are just full of ish. That's what it is. That's what by heart means. Okay. Another thing is, it shall be well. It shall be well. And this is not actually necessarily a negative thing. I feel like the thing with Ghanaians is that we try to look for the silver lining in things, right? So rather than get upset, like there's nothing you can do. Don't worry, it shall be well. So no matter what it is, it will always be, it shall be well. Sometimes there is no solution to the thing. So it's just, it shall be well. Like you say to someone, you know, my dog died this morning. When I got out of bed, I also tripped up. I broke my toe. I had to go to the hospital. The hospital bill was 4,000 cedis. I don't even have 200 cedis. And then now I've just been sacked because I didn't come to work on time. And, you know, like you can spew off all these things that just happened to you. And the person will just say, oh, it shall be well. And that's like, that's just a thing that they say here, it shall be well. Even though there's no solution to your problem, there's no like, real help, that it shall be well. And that doesn't mean that people don't give help. Because one thing I'll tell you about Ghanaians, right, is that if they can help, they will help. If you are hungry, in fact, someone did this experiment. If you are hungry, right, and you are driving along and you see a hawker who's selling food and you say to them, oh, I'm hungry, but I don't have money right now. Like sometimes they will say to you, it's okay, don't just take it. Next time you're coming, you can just give me the money. Sometimes, someone did that experiment, it actually worked. So Ghanaians will share with you. It's almost like they know what the struggle is like. So if they have some and they can cut you half and give you half, they will do that. Honestly, Ghanaians, they do have a heart, but it's just sometimes in some things, there's like a level of seriousness is not always there. So it shall be well. So whatever your issue is today, guys, it shall be well. You will come out the other end, it shall be well. There is absolutely humor in everything. And this, some people might see it as a negative, but I actually see it as a positive. So in Ghana, I want to use this phrase where I say, Ghanaians are not serious. And that is not necessarily a negative thing. I'm saying Ghanaians are not serious because they find the humor in everything. Similar to like saying that, you know, there's a silver lining. They always look for the silver lining. There is humor to things. So say, for example, something happens to you, right? And it's maybe like something sad. Like I say, okay, my dog died. Oh, the dog died there. Oh, sorry. It's like even the way that they'll say sorry, yeah. It's like there is humor in there. Like, you know when people make jokes and you're like, is it too soon? That's kind of like what Ghana does sometimes. It's like there's humor in things. In like everything there is humor. So I'm trying to think of an example. So like, I don't know, like maybe... You know, like, okay, so say I'm coming out of a shop or something and I trip and I fall and people see that I fell. So they'll be like, oh, sorry. This step is very naughty. You know, that's a basic, like, I'm being silly. But, you know, like, they've made humor out of the thing that's happening to me, and sometimes that humor can save you. It can save you embarrassment, but still there is humor in it. Or you're driving your car, it falls into the gutter, and then they'll make some type of joke about the fact that your car has fallen into the gutter. It's serious, your car has fallen into the gutter, but there's still some humor element in there. And I believe that it's not because they are necessarily making light of your situation. It's almost like, okay, well, why should we now make it doom and gloom? Okay, your car has fallen in the gutter. Should we all start crying about it? It's already happened. There's nothing we can do. So, this happens from time to time. So let's make light of it almost. So you don't need to be angry. It's okay. Don't be angry. It's okay. It's okay. It shall be well. And so there's that humor element. And so it's not to cheese you off or to take away from the fact that something serious has happened. It's just almost to lighten the situation. So you have to understand these things so that you don't get upset and you don't feel like someone is insulting you. It's part of the culture. And it's the culture. I've had this like my whole life. Even when I was in the UK, and the Ghana culture it's the same thing. There's things that happen. There's things that you do wrong. People are going to laugh at you. They're going to, there's humor. There's something funny in it. All the time there's something funny. It's just what it is, and there's this thing I remember, like a lot of us who are were raised in the West and our parents were born in Ghana, like even if you try to speak your language, you think, oh, that's really good, try speak the language, learn it, try and speak that language, right? And you make a mistake, the way they're going to laugh at you, they're going to laugh at you to the point almost that you don't even want to try anymore because they have laughed at you so much. That's kind of like, I feel like people are trying to change that now where they won't laugh at it in front of you. Maybe they'll joke about it later or they'll try and laugh, like when you're not looking type thing. But before, oh, you make a mistake when you're trying to learn a language. Oh, that one, they'll start using it to call you like that's your name. So like how black people have this thing where it's like, instead of like when you don't know someone's name and you say this person is known for wearing like funny shoes or whatever, like they'll call you like, hey, snakeskin shoes. That's like the name that they'll give you because that's the kind of shoe that you wear. They'll use the description of you to call you by your name. That's kind of a similar thing that will happen. So if you said something wrong, they can use that. That's like now become your name. So it's like a similar thing that kind of happens here. So again, this point kind of touches on the first one of Ghana Man time. There sometimes is no sense of urgency when it comes to things. So you may think this is an emergency. This is something that is pressing, that is happening right now. We need to sort this now. Like we need to line up this, do this, this and this. Like sometimes there's just no sense of urgency. So you'll see in another video that I did where, I mentioned unless tomorrow. That is very much the culture here. Unless tomorrow. That's something that people live by. Unless tomorrow means try again tomorrow. So something has happened, they'll tell you, oh, don't worry, come back tomorrow. Like, unless tomorrow. Oh, I can't do that today. Unless tomorrow. And it's very ingrained in the culture here. But, the way we laughed on video when we hear people say unless tomorrow, because we know what it means. It means you ain't doing it today. Come back tomorrow. There's no sense of urgency. There are establishments where you can walk into in the West and you're like, this has happened, like I need to sort this, and that, and everyone will jump up, because the thing becomes a priority and everything else gets shifted down. No. It doesn't happen like that necessarily here. What happens is that your thing is just added to the list. So unless tomorrow, there's just no real sense of urgency and why do I have to drop everything that I'm doing now to do this? I'll do it, but not right now. This video is so hard to do because honestly I'm not bashing, because I actually love the culture here, and what Ghana does is it does force you to slow down and look at certain things in life that are beautiful rather than being on the go. Because if I compare my life to when I was in the UK, everything was very much go. Like you don't have time to appreciate things. You don't have time to slow down and see things for what they really are, because you're constantly on this treadmill where things are going over and over and over again. And I'm going to say this, and I don't care, I'm saying this, right? This is why marriages often break down as well. Yes, I'm going into my relationship phase right now, so let me land, okay? This is why marriages also break down, because when you are in the West, sometimes, you know, you're going to work, you're busy, you're doing this, you don't have time to look at the beauty in anything. And so you're just like on this go mode. And that's why a lot of people, when it comes to retirement age or when the children have left home, they sit down and they actually realize they don't like their life. They don't like what has happened to them to get to this point. And they sit down and they wonder how they got to this. Why am I not enjoying life now that I have the freedom of time? You don't necessarily enjoy your partner. You've drifted apart and you didn't even know it. But now that same marriage, if you bring it to Ghana, what happens is that you realize that it's almost like you get an earlier insight. You're like, this is not how I expected it to be, because time has slowed down here. And so the business of life, yeah, you can still be busy, but the business of life is not as much. And so you have time to ponder on things. You have time to reflect and think about things. And so that's what happens to a lot of marriages when they come here. You start to see the holes that you didn't necessarily see in the West. So anyway, let me just get off that tangent. So that's a video for another channel. This is one that I really don't like, but I'm gonna have to say it because it is part of what Ghana is. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm even apologizing. I'm saying it as it is. There is this blame game that happens. So instead of sometimes people taking accountability for certain things, like, yes, this happens because I did this, right? I did A, so B happened. This is what they'll say. They'll believe that the devil was at work. Somebody from the village is doing something. Somebody is against them somehow. And that's the reason why these things happen. Like, there is sometimes no accountability for what happened. So it's almost like I left food outside. Now I have rats and cats and things running up and down all over the place. They'll say, hey, these cats, somebody is doing something for these cats to be here. Somebody has done juju, or somebody is against me. That's why these cats are here. In the name of God, this will not happen. You know, that is very strong here, where instead of you sitting down and thinking, it's because I left my food here last night. Now all the animals are coming to eat the food. The thing happened because of something you did, not because of some outside force. And it happens here. It's real. That is the truth. People, rather than take accountability for something that they've done, they will blame outside forces. And I'm not even trying to dismiss that. Perhaps that is possible, but majority of the time, that's not what it is. You did something for this to happen. You did A for B to happen. Now, instead of you to say, yes, this is what I did, you're looking for a way out. It's not cool. Another thing that happens is everybody here has a title. You know, the thing about Ghana is if you want to get anything, the best way to get it is not through anger or being frustrated or any of that. Is to blow the person's head up and tell them things that will sweet their ears. For me, I struggle with stuff like that because I'm like, why should I say that? Like, I'm sure a lot of us would struggle to do that, but sometimes you have to do it. So you'll praise someone like, boss, come on, you know. Now everybody has a title. Boss, boss, director, chairman, CEO. Like, we have these titles for each other that it's just to inflate it's to inflate the person's head. And it doesn't matter what they are. They can be like the person that empties your gutter for you. Because you want that person to do the job good. You're like, come on now, boss, you can do this one for me now. You know this is your lane. You know there's nobody else that can do this one for you. You are the chairman now. You're the chairman, huh? If it's not you, then who else can it be? And that is what people do. Like, they hype the person, and it sweets the person's ears in order to get the thing done. And honestly, that is the way to go. If you really want something done here, the way to do it is to sweet the person's ears. Everybody has a title. We like those titles. And when you give people those titles, they're like, oh, they like it. They're like, oh, me, oh. But that's just how it is here. Like, to get something done, don't get angry. Anger does not work in Ghana. you get angry, you're getting angry with yourself. I've said it in so many different videos. Like, there's no point in getting angry. Ghanaians do not necessarily respond to anger. That doesn't work with them. The way to get what you want is to be sweet to a level to, you just have to be sweet to the person, be nice to the person, swell their head, and then you will get what you've done. It's almost like if you want someone to come and do the job for you today, but they're telling you, oh, next week. Oh, next week. Oh, but you and me now, you know the way we are friends. Oh, you're like my sister now. Like those are the ways that you get someone to do. So when you sweet someone like that, then they're more likely to be softer to you and say, okay, let me do it for you, rather than get angry. But I've already paid you. You're supposed to do this. This was in your contract. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, then take me to God. Take me to God, because they know that you take them to, you're going to sit in court for how many years before you get this thing. Take it to God. Your best bet is to take the route where you're just a bit sweeter. You have to swallow some of your pride, but it will usually get you what you want, and it works better for the two of you than to be at loggerheads. That's just the facts. Another, the last point I want to make is people here, they manage. So no matter how small or how little you have, people always find a way to manage whatever it is that they have. Let me see if I can give you some examples. So for example, like there's no food at home, but we have a loaf of bread. They will manage and they'll find a way to make it last somehow. They will manage in whatever situation is it. Ghanaians have a way to manage. Like there's nowhere to sleep. They'll find a way, they will manage. Like that is very much, I kind of like that. I like the fact that they manage things, because it's almost like there's this grit that people have here that's, I'll be honest, a lot of us from the West, we don't have that same grit. We don't have it. Something happens now, we fall apart. Like, this is too much. Like, I can't take it. Ghanaians have a grit about them where they're like, okay, well, they realize that there's nothing that they can do about it. No one's coming to save them. So they will manage and they'll get things done. Whereas things fall apart. I'm not saying everybody. Things fall apart for us instead of us to somehow either look on the bright side and think that, well, things could potentially be worse. They manage and they get through it. That's the Ghana culture for you. What I really want you to understand is some of these things you don't get angry about. You don't get angry about Ghana Man time. You don't get angry. There's just no point. It's part of the culture. If you come here and you're trying to change the culture, you will not change the culture. You will frustrate yourself to the point that you will exit. You will exit left, whichever way left is. You will exit left immediately because it becomes too much. So coming here, you very much need to slow down, take your time and adjust to the culture. Even when it comes to starting a business here, you can have all the knowledge in the world, all of it. But if you don't understand the culture first, you're going to struggle in that business, because you have to understand how the people are, how they operate, how things work. You need to make friends in certain places in order for things for you to run smoothly for you. And those things that I've mentioned today come into play. Those things, if you can understand those things and learn to work with those things, it will make your time here a lot easier. So yes, some of these things are funny, and some of these things you're like, why should I have to do that? That's how it is here. That's part of the culture. And the sooner you get your head around that, and the sooner you accept it, the easier things will be here for you. You have to calm down a lot, and that is what people struggle with when they come here. Just calm down, take it one day at a time. You may not get all 5 things done on your to-do list today. There's always tomorrow, unless tomorrow. That is it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I would also love to hear examples of things that have happened to you that you didn't think were cultural, but you found out that they are. Let's talk about in the comment section. Let's keep the conversation going. And that's the end of today's video. So if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Don't forget to also like, comment, and share this video. Until next time, I am out. Nutifafa.